That I get all the time is, how do I get a contact form in Kartra? Kartra does a ton of amazing things, but one of the things that it doesn't have is a natural built-in contact form, but there is a way to do it. It takes a couple of steps. It'll only take a few minutes. Hang out with me here and I'll show you how to do this. But first, my name is Jess. I run Pineapple Relations. I'm a certified Kartra partner and I work every day in the Kartra platform for both myself and for clients. So to get started with this, you're going to need 2 pages. A page to place the form, and then a page to direct people to afterwards. Usually that's a thank you page, but it could also be back to your homepage. If you're working a blank page and starting from nothing, in this sections area, there's a contact option down at the bottom that has some layouts for you here. And I think the design idea here was just to give a way to contact, but I like to include a contact form to make it just a little easier for people to get in touch. So let's do that together. You can take any section you like. If you want to use one of these sections that kind of has placement for it, or you can build from completely nothing, you can do that as well. Over on the left-hand side of the screen, we're going to go into components, and down towards the bottom, we're going to choose a button with opt-in fields and choose one of the 4 that best fits your style: light or dark, large or small. And I'm just going to bring this one over for right now, and I'm going to adjust some of my spacing here just to maybe move this envelope over just a little bit and then make this guy just a little bigger for a contact form. And that's all we're going to do. Actually, in this form, we can create the placeholder for our form right here from the form itself. So if you click on the pencil in the form and then click create a new opt-in, we're going to do contact form as the name of our form. And that's going to give us a placeholder in forms area. We're going there in just a moment. Go ahead and hit apply, and then this turns red because this isn't complete yet. From here, we can hit into actions and either save or publish live, up to you. The difference in those is save saves your work, but it doesn't publish it to the internet, and publish live actually pushes your content live to the internet. We need one more page before we can go further from here, and we need a thank you page. For this, I'm just going to use one of the sample pages that's in Kartra already. And I'm just going to pop this in no category and in no site so I can find it quickly, but put it in the best organization place for you when it comes to creating your form. Customize this page however you like. Thank you. We'll be in touch in 24 to 48 hours. Don't forget to join me on Facebook or TikTok or wherever you're hanging out on socials. There should be some call to action button there. We do need to publish this page to make the whole system connect on the other side. So publish live and then return to dashboard. So now I've got 2 pages, sample contact and contact form thank you. So over in forms, we have a contact form that needs to be configured. Into that form, edit the name if you want it to be named something different. And then we're going to just do a bit of customization to this form, because if we're treating it like a contact form, we need just a little bit more information. So we do need first name, we need email, and I already have them established in my account, but let's create new fields for create a custom field. And then your field identifier, we can call this is what you'll use in dynamic fields in the next step that we get to, where we're going to make sure that you get a notification when this form in particular is completed. So I would call this contact and with an underscore message. And then we want this to be a text area, and the field label is what goes above. And then the placeholder is what shows up in the box for you to write. So we can put something here that says, honestly, your message works just fine here. And then the choice of if you want it to be required or not is the mandatory toggle, and then go ahead and hit save. While you're adding fields, think about, is there anything else that you would like? Maybe you want a phone number. Maybe you want to have an option that says, do you prefer phone call, text message, or email? Maybe you want to know like what company or what business you're working with, but all of that can be configured right here from the form fields. There are a handful of existing fields that some are standard, and then your custom fields if you've already created some, and then in this field area, and then you can also create a new custom field here as well. Your first name, last name, contact message, great. Welcome next step. Single opt-in or double opt-in. For this, I would use a single opt-in. This isn't something that you need someone to get a message and come and confirm that they're sending something back to you. And then the place that this page goes when it's completed, which is why we made our thank you page first. So I'm going to choose Kartra page and no site in particular. And then my contact form thank you is just right from the very beginning. This is connecting. When this form is completed, it will pass to this thank you page. At this time, there is no option that just says pop up a message, although I would really love that feature. A welcome message is the message that automatically gets sent to someone once you complete this. Now, using a contact form is one of the only reasons that I would use a welcome message. And the reason for that is that if I put them in sequences, most of my emails that happen automatically are out of sequences, and I forget that this message is here. But for something like a contact form, just a real quick message that fires off anytime someone uses it that says, thanks so much, we'll be in touch in 24 to 48 hours, is, in my opinion, a great use for a welcome message here. But note that you don't get any analytics or any send details or any like data behind that email. So if you do want that, use a sequence. If it's just fine to send out a quick, like, great, we got your message, that is fine to use in this welcome message area. The automations section is where you customize what tags you want your audience to get when they complete this contact form, what lists you want them to go on, if you want them subscribed to an existing sequence, or if you want anything else to happen along the way here. And then your form design. So you are not just limited to having this form exist in Kartra. You can design it and have it embeddable in a third-party platform, another website, wherever you want that to go. So now you're able to customize this form. There's not a lot of customization options here, but you can change out the background color, and there's a few templates for you to choose from if you wanted something that looks a little more designed. Typically, if I'm using a third-party option here, I leave this pretty much as simple as it can be and do the rest of the components on the other website so they best fit the rest of the website, and then I just have this one box. But if you wanted to change out the colors or the options here, you have that option here to do that as you like. We're almost done. Form has been, that red box has been replaced by this form. We can delete out the components that you no longer need, and then you can finish customizing this form to say what you want your field background, your colors to look like, what you want your button to say, what color you want your button to be, and then what you want it to say on your button itself. And then your form is ready to go. There's one more thing we need to do to make sure that you get the notifications that someone has completed your form. So once you publish this page live, come back into your account, hit the circle on the top right-hand side, and we're going into email notifications. From here, we're going into email notifications to your team. And this one that says lead fills in an opt-in form, these populate by when they have been edited last. So your order might be different than mine. You can search for opt-in form, and there's a few on here. So it might be quicker to use search or command find to find that. Hit the pencil, and then we're going to customize the options for the messages that come out of here. Now, one of the things that I love about this portion of email notifications is you can choose what form is being sent to what team member. So if you need this to go to the owner of the company, great. If you need this to go to a admin on the company, as long as they have an account in a team account in Kartra, assign this to them. We can see that I have given myself a handful of notifications that I've used in my account for various reasons. The other thing that's important to know here is that you need to do a little customization to this message below. And we're going to do that with dynamic field. You can see that I have done this for a contact form that I'm already using. So over on the left-hand side of this panel, you have a drop down for custom field. If you hit this pencil, you'll see all the dynamic fields that you have in your account. And I have quite a few of them. So I called this one contact message. And then when you click on it, it gives you the dynamic field. Copy this exactly as it is, curly brackets, underscores, dashes, the whole thing. And then come into this email editor portion and add message and your dynamic field here. The other important thing on this is that this message is going to be the same for all of these messages above, all of these forms above. They use the same message. So you might have blank fields that come through from some time. I have a lot of notifications set up in here, which is why I've chosen to highlight for myself what opt-in form they completed. So I can go in and look for the proper form for them. But that is how you would add a dynamic field to this message. Now, just to make sure that we are in the right space, let's go back to Pages and let's test what this looks like on both sides. So we're going to look at it from the user side, and then we're also going to look at it from the admin side on the back end. So from the user side, I'm going to head over to this page and I'm going to enter my information, and I'm just going to say, hello, YouTube. Typing is not my forte this morning. And I'm going to send the message. I am processed immediately to my thank you page that says, thanks so much. Expect to hear from me in 24 to 48 hours and go ahead and get your freebie here. If I had a welcome message set up, the user would be getting that message right away. If I had a sequence set up that had the form as a starting rule, I would get that message right away as well. But I don't, and I didn't, so that's okay here. And in just a second, I'm going to get a notification that says that I have a new contact form in my account. While I'm waiting for that to show up in my inbox, let's go back into my account and see that the lead has been added. That lead is now in my account, and when I click on their name, I have in my custom fields the message that they sent. It will be a note to have that if they come through that contact form more than once, the custom field will be overridden by each time the new field has been applied. I have that email in my inbox that says I have a new contact form, and I can choose as the business owner or the admin or whoever to work with that however I see fit.